Good morning, everybody. It's time for the Daily Dose. Good morning, Press.
Good morning.
I love the outfit choice. We talked about this last night when you wanted to pick it out. You decided to wear... What is that? Is that like a play button bow tie that we got from VidCon? I love it. Not the most conventional outfit choice. But you know what, man?
Random.
You do you, right?
Yep.
It's not going to be forever that you're going to want to do something like that. So you know what, people? In a world full of ordinary people, when you wake up in the morning, be a Presley. Everyone's getting breakfast. Y'all done? I'll take your bowl. It's time. Today's question of the day. Do you read the book or watch the movie first? Book or movie? Now, since most of the movies I watch, like in theaters or whatever, were usually either Disney movies. Well, this is interesting because I was going to Marvel movies, so maybe I was say or Star Wars. In which case, the book's usually released the same day as the movie. So with Rogue One, actually, here's another side note: I don't read. I'm terrible, I know. Reading is super important, especially if you're a kid. Like, read everything and anything you can. But as I've grown up, I don't have, with all the other stuff that I do, I don't have a lot of time to read, like sit down and read a book. So I actually listen to audiobooks. I listen to a lot. I've got a pretty extensive Audible account now. Most of them are Star Wars books, but a lot of the new canon and stuff like that, I will listen to the book, but not until the movies come out. So to answer today's question, movie first, unless it's one of the comic book movies, because see, that's where it gets weird. Because if it's one of the Marvel movies, some of those I read the book first because I read them when I was younger, and now that they're becoming movies as I'm older, the answer is opposite. How do you guys feel about that? Movie or book first? Which one? All right, cool kid. Question for you: do you read the book or watch the movie first?
I watched the movie first.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling, because we don't have the books for most movies.
Yeah.
Well, how about you? Movie or the book first?
Cause what I think is I'm probably gonna rewatch Lost World and then read the book.
You need to read. Everybody needs to read Lost World. Okay, seriously, Lost World. Kids, adults, everybody. This is actually, that's the book from a movie that just changed my world personally. When I was in like 7th grade, I read Lost World because Jurassic Park. But the book, it did something to me. It got me to think about the world a little bit differently. It taught me things I didn't know. And because it was a pivotal time in my life or something. But Lost World stands out to me as one of those books that, like, yes, read it. It's really good. Not just because there's dinosaurs and people getting eaten.
Those two reasons are pretty good, though.
Okay, guys, time to throw away yesterday. How come you're looking at me like you did something wrong? Yeah, okay, you're good.
Bye.
You going to school? Already?
Yep.
It's that time?
It's like 7:16, so I have to get my backpack.
Okay, let's go.
Bye, folks. And you don't want
Oh, here, let me help you with your hood.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of stuck. There you go. Remember, if the bow tie comes off, just throw it in the backpack.
Okay.
All right, kiddo.
Lock the door.
All right, have a good day. I'll see you later. Well, the first kid's off to school. I have stuff I have to do today. Well, I have to go to work, first off. When I come home, I have to, like, do stuff. So, recently I just reset my phone. I was part of the Apple public beta program. And with one of the new releases that just came out, it killed my battery life. Like, as in every 2 minutes I'd lose a percentage. which is not doing anything. It would just die out. So I restored my phone recently, but one of the backup that I had that wasn't part of the beta went back to like February. So I got an old backup on this phone, so I lost a ton of pictures, which I don't really care about because most of them I have saved anyways. But when I did that, I had to redo my watch, and just for kicks, I went and redid our router just to add a new password for security, you know, all that good stuff. So I had to go through and on every device, the TV, the Xbox, the Wii U, my watch, my phone, the iPad, all the stuff. And we have like lights that are app controlled, those hue lights behind our like TV in our room, and our lock is app controlled. So I have to like go through and reset all of that stuff because they're not working with the HomeKit, which is like an Apple thing for any of you who do that. Also, Charlie says hi. Hello. Guys, check it out. 7,000 subscribers! Also, I hit 1 million views not too long ago. That's pretty cool. That's amazing, though. 7,000 of you people. That's awesome. That's really cool. This year, 2017, I'm going to hit 10,000 at some point in this year. Unless I just stop, which would be weird. Because that is nuts. I'm trying to, like, juggle clothes because I got to go, like, shower. But I'm going to turn off lights also. Boop. But that's amazing. 7,000 people. I remember, like, a year or two ago, like a year and a half ago, I made a video about 600 subscribers and how awesome that was. And now it's like, oh yeah, you know, 10 times that amount. Pretty cool. All right, I gotta go do the shower thing. I gotta go to work. So, see you in a bit. Giant soccer ball on a golf tee. It seriously doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it? All right, kid, don't let the door hit you where the dog should have bit you.
What?
See ya.
Bye,
And I'm off of work. And while I was at work, I kept thinking about my other son, Presley. If you remember earlier, he wanted to go to school, or he went to school with the red YouTube bow tie and his like blue and white striped polo. It was a very fancy outfit. But I was just thinking about like, if that was me when I was little, second grade even, that's what grade he's in, would I have done that? Would I have been so brave? Like, when Presley told me he wanted to wear that, my instinct as an adult is to be like, what? You're crazy. But as a parent, I want to say, you know what, kid? Do you, man. You want to do something crazy and outlandish and just wear something that's wild and out there, have fun, do it. Because when you're older, you're going to care too much. And you're not going to want to do that. You're going to be less willing to step outside the box. So do it. While you're a kid, do it. And hopefully it stays with you. Because even as I grow up, and even now, I'm still kind of, I do that a little bit. I step out a little bit and kind of get a little wild and stuff. But with like what I wear or my, you know, how I'm presenting myself. So it's kind of funny to see that in him. But I just wonder how it went. I wonder, like, were there kids who were like, what are you wearing? You know, because there's always bully, nasty kids. I know, I was one of them when I was little. I would have been that nasty person too. So because I kind of was on both sides of the fence when I was younger, I was the chubby kid, so I got made fun of. Still a chubby kid, but I've learned how to deal with it. But I don't know that Presley, at his age, would be able to handle, or I don't know how he would handle a situation like that, where let's say some other kid were to start making fun of him. What would that do? How would that affect his feelings? How would he handle it? I don't know. Like, knowing Presley, I don't know that he's emotionally
mature enough to be like, whatever, or if he would get super hurt by it and get mad, because we all have that, especially when we're so young. We have that, like, when our feelings get hurt, when we're really young, they get hurt. They get hurt really bad. So I just wonder, and maybe the culture's changed at schools. When I was younger, it was kind of cutthroat. Like it was a hard. I grew up in southern Texas, New Mexico for the most part, but I spent grades 2 through 6 in El Paso, Texas. From 6 through high school, pretty much. Well, 7th through high school, pretty much. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they weren't like, we always lived in decent areas, but still. It was the Wild West, man. There were some harsh kids out there growing up. So I just wonder how he's dealing with that and how that went. So I'll be excited to ask him. Hopefully it went well, fingers crossed. And hopefully he wants to do something like that again. But like I said earlier, in a world of normal people, be a Presley. Do that. Wear a freaking red and white bow tie to work or to school, or just don't be afraid to just do whatever you want. How was school?
That was good.
You guys do anything different or weird or fun or?
No, not really.
Same old, same old?
Yep.
You know what I was wondering a second ago?
Yeah.
I was actually sitting here talking about it. You know how Presley wore that bow tie to school?
Yeah.
Is that something you would do?
No.
Why not?
I'm not really sure. I just feel like it'd feel weird for me, just because usually I don't dress up in bow ties first off.
Okay.
And it's just not something that I normally wear.
Okay, so just out of character.
Yeah.
Would you worry about what other kids would say?
Kind of.
Okay.
But also I'm known for being a weirdo, so.
Okay, so that's a good thing. Like, I've kind of raised you guys to know that, you know what, being a weirdo, it's all right, actually. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's actually, I think you're better off being a weirdo who does your own thing,
Yeah.
as opposed to everybody else who's doing, that's just me. All right, well, hey, we got to get home real quick,
All right.
and I might have to stop and get gas real fast, but I am actually doing a podcast tonight.
Really?
I just found out, yeah. My friend Mikey, who runs Resistance Radio, he texted me earlier and he said, hey, we're doing a Carrie Fisher special episode where we're going to talk about Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia.
Yeah.
She passed away recently, I'm sure you know. But we're going to do an episode about that. So I got to rush home, set up the mics, do all that stuff. So that means you got to do chores and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Pretty much by yourself. And then after that, after I'm done with the podcast, which will be like an hour,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a Star Wars store. It's called Rogue Toys. They're here in town. And they're having a meeting for Star Wars toy collector people.
Hey, that's you.
That's me! So, yeah, of course. Why not go down there and hang out and see what that's all about? So I got a busy day. I was going to do all the stuff with the internet and the house.
Yeah.
And now
No.
Star Wars. Star Wars is everywhere. It's infiltrating my life constantly.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not.
Is there a happy boy over here? There's a happy boy. There's a happy boy.
Yeah, I got stuff to do, so I gotta hurry. Some of you will appreciate this. Check that out. It's the Jedi Search book, but it's either in Italian. I want to say that's Italian. If you guys know, leave it down in the comments below, but I believe that is Italian. That's not Spanish. And that's not French. That is awesome. Guys, that toy store was pretty legit. That was awesome. It's called Rogue Toys. There's like 3 locations here in Las Vegas. If you don't live in Las Vegas, which chances are you don't, do yourself a favor and go to a local small toy store like that. There's a lot of cool stuff. You could tell by the footage, there's a lot of nostalgia in there. There's old stuff, Ninja Turtles, Pee-wee Herman, like all kinds of really cool stuff. So do yourself a favor, go to those old shops. Stay away from not stay away, but maybe don't always go to the big box Walmart, Target, stuff like that. Hitting up those little shops like that's always a really cool experience. And with that, it's late. I gotta head home and edit so I can get this thing out today. I'm gonna have to work on that schedule. I think I might have to get ahead of the game by a day. We'll think about it. Until next time, may the Force have with you, and goodbye forever.